Hey guys, welcome to my channel Indian Olympics. In the previous two videos, we had seen India's performance in the Olympics till 2004. In this video, we shall cover the last two Olympics, that is 2008, 2012 and 2016. In 2008, India won three medals, one gold and two bronze. The gold medal was won by Abhinav Bindra, who won it in 10-meter air rifle event. His gold medal was the first gold after 1980 and the first individual gold medal ever. Bindra was already an established shooter. He was a world champion and Arjuna Award recipient. Abhinav Bindra would later publish his autobiography in 2011. Currently, along with another gold medalist, Italian Niccolo Campriani, Bindra is helping refugees to qualify for the Olympics by giving them free training and other support. Now let's talk about the two bronzes. Vijender Singh won a bronze medal in middleweight boxing division after losing in the semis. The second bronze medal was won by Sushil Kumar in 66 kg freestyle wrestling division. Kumar, who even though he lost the first round, could still fight for the bronze medal via repechage. The repechage round is held between wrestlers who lose to the finalists in the various rounds. Lastly, a notable performance would come from 18-year-old Saina Nehwal, who was already a junior world champion. She had lost a close quarterfinals match against Maria Kristen Yulianti of Indonesia. Saina had earlier beaten 4th seeded Wang Chen in the third round. However, the men's hockey team would reach a new low when they failed to qualify for the Olympics for the first time since 1928. Now coming to the 2012 Olympics. This was the best Olympics for India in terms of medal tally, but there would be other praiseworthy performances as well, which we shall cover first. Irfan Kolotham Todi finished 10th in 20-kilometer walk, setting a new national record that still stands at the time of making this video. Vikas Gowda and Krishna Punia qualified for the final of the respective genders discus throw event. Joydeep Karmakar would finish 4th in men's 50-meter rifle prone event. Geeta Fogart, the elder of the Fogart sisters on whose life story the movie Dangal is based, became the first female wrestler to qualify. However, she lost in the first round itself. Now the six medalists, starting with the bronze winners. Saina Nehwal, who was seeded 4th, won a bronze medal after the opponent Wang Jin retired in the bronze medal playoff. Saina had earlier lost in the semis to Wang Yihan. The second bronze medal would come from six-time world champion Mary Kom, who lost in the semis to local girl Nicola Adams. Yogeshwar Dutt would win the bronze medal through the repechage round after losing in the second round. Lastly, the fourth bronze medal would come from Gagan Narang, who won it in the same event as Abhinav Bindra had won the gold 4 years ago. However, this time, Bindra would finish 16th. Now let's look at the two silver medalists. Vijay Kumar, who was in the Indian Army at the time, won a silver in 25-meter rapid-fire pistol event. Kumar was awarded Padma Shri in 2013 and retired from the army in 2017. He is now DSP in Himachal Pradesh Police. Finally, Sushil Kumar won the silver in 66 kg freestyle wrestling event. He became the first individual since Norman Pritchard to win two medals. Sushil Kumar was a medal favorite already as he was a world champion in 2010 and also won the gold in 2010 Commonwealth Games. The only low point in 2012 was the disappointing performance of men's hockey team who lost all their matches and finished last. The 2012 Olympics was certainly a high point in Indian sport because not only with the highest medal tally, but it came in different sports. It proved that alongside cricket, other sports could coexist and produce world champions. Hence, there was a lot of optimism for 2016 Rio Olympics, and there were good reasons to be. The Indian contingent crossed 100 athletes for the first time. Also, qualification came in unexpected events like women's hockey, first after 1980, gymnastics, golf, full singles court and table tennis. There were many former medalists or world number ones like Abhinav Bindra, Saina Nehwal, Gagan Narang, world number 1 Jeetu Rai, world number 1 Sania Mirza, and world number 10 Rohan Bopanna to name a few. However, the 2016 Olympics proved to be anticlimactic from the start and controversy after controversy erupted which would mar India's campaign. Firstly, there was Dharamveer Singh who had qualified for men's 200-meter race and set a new national record at the Indian Grand Prix. However, it was found that he had failed a drug test and was banned for 8 years. Next would be men's doubles selection controversy. Rohan Bopanna was ranked 10th and had qualified automatically but had to choose a doubles partner. Leander Paes, former medalist and ranked 46, was an obvious logical choice, but Bopanna wanted to partner with much lower ranked Saket Mainini. There were some personal grouses between the players, and this issue had risen up in 2012 as well. Pace, who was ranked 7 at the time, could pick anyone as his doubles partner, but neither Bhupanna nor Bhupati wanted to pair up with Pace. Ultimately, to appease Pace, Sania Mirza was forced to pair up with him in mixed doubles, who didn't want to play with him either. Pair paired up with Vishnu Vardhan, while Bhupan and Bhupati were a doubles pair. Ultimately, neither of the three pairs had decent results. Fast forward to 2016, ITA finally forced Bhupanan to pair up with Leander Pace. Another selection criterion would be in wrestling. There's a little context to it which we shall explore first. Wrestling as a sport was voted to be removed from Olympic sport program, but the Wrestling Federation lobbied hard and reached a compromise to include the sport. Increased women participation was a theme in Olympics, and it was decided that the number of men's events shall be reduced while increasing more women's events. This meant that in the freestyle category, men's events dropped from 7 to 6, while women's events increased from 4 to 6. This meant restructuring of the weight divisions for men. Yogeshwar Dutt, who earlier participated in 60 kg division, now had to participate in 65 kg division. Sushil Kumar, who was participating in 66 kg, didn't want to compete with Yogeshwar and moved to the higher weight category of 74 kg. However, Narsingh Pancham Yadav had won the quota in the World Championships and in fact participated in 2012 as well. Since the quota is awarded to the NOC and not to the athlete, Sushil Kumar demanded a trial and approached the High Court. However, the WFI didn't want a trial as Narsingh had won the quota and Sushil hadn't competed since 2014 as he was nursing a shoulder injury. After too much hoopla, Narsingh Yadav was chosen to participate, but it was found that he had failed a drug test, and neither he nor Sushil Kumar went to Rio to participate. If this was the beginning, more disasters would pile up in the arena. Medal hope Jeetu Rai had a disastrous campaign. He qualified for the final of 10-meter air pistol but finished last and couldn't qualify for the final of 50-meter pistol event. No shooter barring Abhinav Bindra could qualify for the final. Even Gagan Narang finished poorly. Bindra qualified for the final and was shooting well. However, in elimination round, he was tied on third with Ukrainian Selhe Kulish, which required a shoot-off. Kulish shot at 10.5 while Bindra shot at 10, thus losing out on the medal. The prospect of medals from badminton was promising, especially from women's singles. Saina Nehwal was ranked 6th and PV Sindhu was ranked 10th, had gotten easy group draws and were expected to reach the last 16. Saina was seen in a video training against two male shuttlers and she was a losing finalist in the World Championships the year before. However, her campaign would turn out to be abysmal. She barely defeated 70th ranked Vicente 21-17, 21-17 and lost to 57th ranked Maria Ulitina 21-18, 21-19. It was revealed she had a knee injury and was hospitalized after coming from Brazil. Sindhu, however, progressed to the knockout stage and we shall discuss her journey later in the video. The performances from the men's hockey team was average. They finished 4th in the pool and qualified for the quarterfinals. The tournament format had changed in 2016 with quarterfinal stage being introduced. India played a knockout match for the first time since 1980 but lost to Belgium in the quarters. A surprise qualification in gymnastics, Deepa Karmakar, who didn't have proper training facilities, was making a name for herself, especially due to executing the extremely dangerous Produnova vault. Named after the gymnast Yelena Produnova, only 5 gymnasts have so far executed it. Due to its high risk, the International Gymnastics Federation deliberately lowered the score from 7.1 to 6.4 to discourage athletes in attempting the vault. Deepa executed the vault in the finals, but she finished 4th. The mixed doubles pair of Sania Mirza and Rohan Bopanna were progressing well until they faced Venus Williams and Rajiv Ram in the semis. They lost the match and would also lose the bronze medal playoff, thus losing another hope of a medal. In wrestling, Yogeshwar Dutt lost in the first round itself. Vinesh Fogart, cousin of the Fogart sisters, was a medal prospect, but a freak knee dislocation injury during a quarterfinal match made her to forfeit the match. 2 weeks into the Olympics, India was still blank on the medal tally, but that was finally going to change. Sakshi Malik was competing in 50 kg division and lost in the quarterfinals to Valeria Koblova, hence had to wait for Koblova to reach the final, so Malik could enter the repechage round, which she could. In the bronze medal match, Malik was against Aisulutini Bekova. Aisulu was already final up by 2 minutes 47 seconds and the scoreline would stay that way till 4 minutes 24 seconds when Malik starts clawing back. But she was still training in the final 10 seconds but won a 2-pointer to win the match and the medal. It was certainly one of the most dramatic endings. Another medal was waiting. Although Saina couldn't progress past the group stage, Sindhu easily qualified for the knockouts, but she had a tough draw. She beat 8 seeded Tai Tzu Ying in the round of 16, 2nd seed Wang Yihan in the quarters, and 6th seed Nozomi Okuhara in the semis, all in straight sets, which would ensure at least a silver medal. But she came up against two-time reigning world champion Carolina Marin and unfortunately lost the final. However, she became the first Indian woman to win a silver medal. So India took home a silver and a bronze, but it certainly could and should have been more, with better planning, better decision making, and perhaps more luck. But 2016 taught the sports ministry and the respective sports federation a lot of lessons. Some of this retrospection has helped us prepare for 2020, and India is poised to win many medals, including many golds. We shall discuss this in great detail in upcoming videos, so stay tuned. So we have come to the end of the video series discussing India's history in Olympics. She certainly has an eventful history, albeit more lows than highs. Hope you like this video series. The next series shall be India's hopes in qualification in every sport. So subscribe to get the latest updates. Cheers!